Hello Zenbeez, join me to create a Zentangle Mini Project for Instant Zen with learnings and creativity. This is our Tangled Tangles project number 19. You can watch all our previous projects from this series on the playlist Tangled Tangles. I'm SANDHYA MANNE. I'm an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher. In this channel, we talk about creating and practicing Zentangle, my own Zentangle inspired artworks and collectibles. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss out on any videos that I post here. For today's project, I am using Tangle HUGGINS as our base tangle. I am working on a regular white square tile with my black pen, pencil and stub. So go grab your supplies and let's get started. On to tangling now. Okay, so let's get started. I'm using my white square tile, 01 black micron, a PN or a 08 micron for the darks, pencil and stuff. So these are my supplies. Now let's get started. So I'm going to make a string that kind of goes like this. Okay, something like this and something like this. Okay. So we're going to add Huggins here. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start from here. Okay, so I am going ahead adding Huggins. It's a fun tangle, and today I'm pretty much doing something called crazy Huggins, where we do not start with a very defined grid of circles. Kind of here we kind of play around. So crazy Huggins, you just start in whichever direction you want and you just kind of go however you want, so that you might have some really narrow Huggins like this and some wider ones like this. So this really works well when you're not very sure of the space and you just want to kind of fill in the section. So I want this shape to be taken, and I just want this entire section to be filled in. So I am playing it in a uneven fashion. While the other Huggins, which is called Huggins, is much more defined and much more symmetric in fashion. You can do either of that. Both are absolutely fun to do. I just find this more fun because you know, there's no plan. I just kind of go based on the space that I have, and I can keep changing it whenever I feel like. So I just like this more, find this more you know, interesting to, or rather challenging to play with. But the other one also looks really beautiful. So find your Huggins and let's play along. So today we will be creating the Huggins and then adding some fun details inside. So Huggins is all about going around the circle. So it's all about wrapping around the circle instead of just connecting the circles. So it's all about how you go around the circle. like that. So this one is not connected. This one needs to kind of look like it's wrapped around. Although it might seem like I'm just going along or just connecting the circles. I am not really connecting. I am actually wrapping my line around the circle. So like here, I kind of come here, I go around, I kind of start here, go around this, and then wrap around the circle. So that creates a lovely effect and makes it more interesting than if you just make it connect. Like if you're just going to connect it like this, it's not going to give that effect. So make sure you go around the circle. Okay, so there it is, all done. And now I am going to give an aura to each of these. So the aura lines in Huggins is always outside of the curve, like behind the curve. So now the curve, I'm going to go behind the curve. So always remember the rule for an aura line for Huggins is always behind the curve. So always behind the curve. Okay, so here again, we're just going to go around like that. Ta-da. So the aura kind of creates a space or creates this exclusive space for us to add some other interesting fun tangles. Without the aura, if we start adding inner details or inner intricate, try to make this more intricate, it's going to get lost between the lines. So I always like to aura this way. The shape is kind of, it stands out, and you can go about adding your details in this space between the auras, and that just creates a lovely effect. Okay, so now I have pretty much covered everything here. Now let's get to adding some fun details inside. Okay, so here we're going to add 2 tangles inside of these sections that we have created. Now for the ones that are kind of vertical, I'm going to add KNIGHTSBRIDGE. So I'm going to go around adding my lines like this. Okay, I'm going to first finish doing the grid lines and then go back with my thicker tip pen to add the solid blacks. Okay, so we'll do this here, 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 and here. Okay, so now I'm going to use my thicker tip pen to add the blacks. So we are alternating the square grids to fill the black. So we add black like this. Okay, so let's go around doing this for each of the squares, sorry, each of the sections. Okay, so take your time, go around and finish this. Okay, so I'm finished the rest of it. Now for the ones that is horizontal, I am going to add stangle called SHATTUCK. So I start from bottom corner and go about adding maybe 4 or 5 lines like this, and then I start on the top again, add 4 or 5 lines like this. Now I alternate. So we start either from the bottom or we start from the top. So we keep alternating like this. Okay, so like that. Now if you notice here, it's kind of it should have been Knightsbridge, but again it could not have been Knightsbridge because these two would then be the same. So here I don't know what happened. This is kind of a little off, but that's okay. We are not going to pay so much attention to all those. So now let's get to shading, because the best part of this tangle is the shading. The way you do the shading, it just changes everything, it transforms everything. So right now I'm just adding my pencil. So we always add the pencil under the curve. Remember how we added the aura on top of the curve? But for the shading, we want to always add under the curve. So this is my curve, I'm adding it under the curve. Aura line is always above the curve, and pencil shading is always under the curve. Okay, so now we use the stub to blend this. So when you're blending, make sure that the center section is white. You don't pull your graphite too far in, because only then it creates this lovely rounded effect and it makes it go three-dimensional. So make sure you only add your pencil right under the curve, and when you're blending it with the stub, you just blend just about till there and not all the way in. We are not coloring this gray. We are just adding a little bit of shading to create that dimension. Okay, so there, this is done like this. Notice how I'm leaving this entire section white. Very important. Okay, so there it is, all done. Our tangle for this week. Huggins. We just had some crazy intricate fillings with Huggins. Now I'm just gonna go back in and add a dot in the innermost circle. I think these circles are slightly big, and a dot or a solid black inside like this would make it more interesting. You can fill this entire thing as well, but I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Okay, so let's journal this and call it complete. So I'm gonna put my initials somewhere here. Somewhere here. Okay. Let's journal this. So today's date is 4th of July, 2025, and this is YouTube, and this is Tangled Tangles, project number 19, and we started off with HUGGINS as our base tangle, and then rather it was crazy HUGGINS, but you can do either of the two, and then we added KNIGHTSBRIDGE and SHATTUCK. Okay, so these are our tangles, and here is our tile all done. I wanted to create a waterfall, like a wave effect, but I think it's kind of got lost here, but that's okay. So here it is, all done. Hope you had fun on this project with me. I would love to see your creations. So head on to our Facebook group Zenbeez, where all the after party fun happens. Share your creations there and check out the works by other Zenbeez. If you're sharing your works on social media, then please do tag me at SANDHYA MANNE or hashtag #TangleWithSandhya. So get to see your lovely works there, and I do stop by to comment. A quick note, these projects and these videos are for your personal use, and no part of this can be used for any kind of commercial purposes. To understand the Zentangle method and to get started on your own Zentangle journey, check out my website www.sandhyamannestudio.com for classes, courses, and workshops. If you're just getting started, I highly recommend start with my beginner's workshop, which is called The Fundamentals of Zentangle. Okay, so now click on the link Tangle Tutelage that's given in the description to receive a free gift and to receive weekly updates, inspirations, and details about all the cool things that I do across social media. If you're on Instagram, then do join me on my Instagram handle at SANDHYA MANNE for everyday studio updates. Okay, so now it's time to comment. Please comment and let me know how you enjoyed this project, because that really helps me plan out my next set of videos. Also, it's time to show some love, so hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. I shall see you next with another Tangled Tangles project. Until then, remember to breathe and smile. See ya. Namaste.